Wong Kar-wai, BBS is a Hong Kong second-wave filmmaker, internationally renowned as an auteur for his visually unique, highly stylized, emotionally resonant work, including Days of Being Wild, Ashes of Time, Chungking Express, Fallen Angels, Happy Together, 2046 and The Grandmaster. His film In the Mood for Love, starring Maggie, Cheung and Leung, garnered widespread critical acclaim. Wong's films frequently feature protagonists who yearn for romance in the midst of a knowingly brief life and scenes that can often be described as sketchy, digressive, exhilarating, and containing vivid imagery. Wong was the first Chinese director to win the Best Director award of Cannes Film Festival. Wong was the president of the jury at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival, which makes him the only Chinese person to preside over the jury at the Cannes Film Festival. He was also the president of the jury at the 63rd Berlin International Film Festival in February 2013. Wong was listed at number 3 on the British Film Institute's Sight and Sound Top 10 Directors list of modern times. In 2006, Wong accepted the National Order of the Legion of Honor, Knight from the French government. In 2013, Wong accepted Order of Arts and Letters, Commander by the French Minister of Culture. Early career. Born in Shanghai, he moved to Hong Kong with his parents in 1963. Coming from the mainland and speaking only Mandarin and Shanghainese, he spent hours in cinemas with his mother. In 1980, after studying 2 years at Hong Kong Polytechnic College in graphic design, he enrolled in the production training course organized by Hong Kong Television Broadcasts Limited and became a full-time television screenwriter. In the mid-1980s, he became a screenwriter-director at the Wing Scope Company and Gear Film Production Company, the production houses owned by renowned Hong Kong actor/movie producer Alan Tang. Wong's current style took shape during his apprenticeship with Alan Tang Kwong Wing, who invested in the first movie he directed, As the Tears Go By. Wong's career took off when he directed the film Days of Being Wild, despite losing Alan Tang millions of invested dollars. He is credited with about 10 scripts between 1982 and 1987, covering an array of genres from romantic comedy to action drama, but claims to have worked to some extent or another on about 50 more without official credit. He considers Final Victory, a dark comedy crime story for director Patrick Tam Kar Ming, his best script. Work as director, feature films. He made his directing debut in 1988 with As Tears Go By, produced by Alan Tang. A crime melodrama of the kind then hugely popular, it heavily borrowed from Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets, but already displayed one of Wong's principal trademarks in its atmospheric and sometimes expressionistic color palette. It is his only box office hit to date. His next film, Days of Being Wild, a drama about aimless youth set in the early 1960s, established his trademark form, elliptically plotted mood pieces, with lush visuals and music, about the burden of memory on melancholic, misfit characters. Days was a box office failure but now regularly tops Hong Kong critics' polls of the best local films ever made. It has been described as a sort of Cantonese rebel without a cause. Wong went on to direct several more feature films in the 1990s produced by Jet Tone, which allowed him to work at his own pace. Among these was Chungking Express, which follows the lives of 2 Hong Kong policemen and the mysterious women they meet and fall in love with. Originally intended to be a distraction piece for him to get his mind off of the heavily delayed Ashes of Time, it ended up being one of his most popular films. Fallen Angels was originally intended to be the third act of Chungking Express, but when the tone didn't fit with the other 2 parts, he cut it out and made it a stand-alone movie instead. It is seen as a semi-sequel to Chungking Express and is a neo-noir film about a disillusioned killer trying to overcome the affections of his partner, a strange drifter looking for her ex-boyfriend, and a mute trying to get the world's attention in his own ways, all set against a sordid and surreal urban nightscape. Wong's 4th movie, Ashes of Time, released between Chungking Express and Fallen Angels, applied his approach to a star-studded wuxia story. The desert shoot in mainland China dragged on for over a year and resulted in one of contemporary Hong Kong cinema's most notorious commercial disasters. His first major international recognition was at the 1997 Cannes Film Festival where he won the Best Director prize for Happy Together. It uses gorgeous, saturated images set to an eclectic soundtrack of tango by Argentinian maestro Astor Piazzolla, Brazilian singer Caetano Veloso and Frank Zappa, instrumentals to chronicle the stormy affair of a gay couple living as expatriates in Buenos Aires. The filming of In the Mood for Love had to be shifted from Beijing to Macau after the Chinese Film Bureau demanded to see the completed script. This was all in all a minor setback in the very complicated evolution of the project, which goes as far back as 1997. It was Wong's intention to make 2 films, one of which would be titled Beijing Summer, the plot unclear at the time, but eventually taking form in Macau. Here Wong planned to call it 3 stories about food, but saw it better to settle for only one story, a story about food, that centers on a writer. Including scenes shot in Bangkok and Angkor Wat, the filming took 15 months. This was an especially arduous time for lead actress Maggie, Cheung, whose hair and makeup reportedly took 5 hours each day. She compared the lengthy shoot to a cold she couldn't get rid of. Working without deadlines, the film's upcoming premiere at Cannes nonetheless put some pressure on Wong to finish editing. Intending to name the film Secrets, he was dissuaded by Cannes, as there were already many films with that title, and finally named it In the Mood for Love after listening to Bryan Ferry's recording of the song I'm in the Mood for Love. Wong established his independent production company, called Jet Tone Films Limited, with director and producer Jeffrey Lau. His next film, 2046, about capturing lost memories, was the 3rd chapter of a shared story that began with Days of Being Wild and continued with In the Mood for Love. Infamous for long, drawn-out shoots without any real regards to deadlines, a running joke amongst the crew was that he would finish in the year 2046. In 2006, Wong became the first Chinese director to preside the jury at the Cannes Film Festival. Wong Kar-wai's first full English-language film, My Blueberry Nights, opened the 2007 Cannes Film Festival as one of 22 films in competition. The lead, American singer-songwriter Norah Jones, made her acting debut in the film. His next film, The Grandmaster, was released in 2013. Despite his background as a screenwriter, one of Wong's trademarks as a director is that he works largely through improvisation and experimentation involving the actors and crew rather than adhering to a fixed screenplay. This has been a frequent source of trouble for his actors, his financial backers and many other people connected with his films, including sometimes himself. Casting: Wong frequently recasts actors who he has worked with on previous movies, short films. Wong Kar-wai has directed short films, television commercials and music videos. Commercials: in 1996 he shot WKW 1996 at 7 euro squared 55 euro cubed HK.net for Japanese designer Takeo Kikuchi, starring Tadanobu Asano and Karen Mok. In 1997 he helmed a 3-minute commercial for the Motorola Star TAC starring Tadanobu and Faye Wong. In 2000 he produced a Yang Zai-directed commercial for Suntime Wine with Tony Leung Chui and Maggie Cheung and directed a segment for Jdeco's Un Matin Par Out Dans Le Monde, a commercial featuring different kinds of dawns in cities around the world shot by famous movie directors. In 2001 he directed the TV spot Dans la Ville for the French mobile network company Orange France and the short film The Hire, the follow as part of the BMW Films initiative. In 2002 he helmed La Rencontre, a commercial for Lacoste starring Chang Chen and Fr. Diane de McMahon. In 2005 he filmed an ad for Dior's Capture Total perfume starring Sharon Stone. Around September 21, 2006, in Prague, he directed a commercial for Lancôme Paris's Hypnose Homme perfume starring Clive Owen and Daria Werbowie. Around June 25, 2007, again in Prague, he directed a set of commercials for SoftBank, starring Brad Pitt. Also in 2007 he directed an ad for Dior's Midnight Poison perfume starring Eva Green and featuring Muse's song Space Dementia. On August 30, 2007, There's Only One Sun, a short film he scripted and directed for Philips Oriel HD Flat TV, starring Arma copyright Lidor, premiered at the IFA in Berlin. On October 18, 2011, Mask, his Charles Bukowski-inspired commercial for Japanese cosmetics line Shiwamura starring Taiwanese actress Sandrine Pinner, was released on YouTube. His short film for Chivas Regal 25, de copyright Javu, starring Chang Chen and Du Huan, premiered during the 2012 Cannes Film Festival at the Chivas House on the Car Copyright Rai Car Copyright Re Beach in Cannes. Music videos. In 1992, the Taiwanese singer, Tracy Huang Ing song To Make You Happy music video was directed by Wong Kar-wai, starring Hong Kong actor, Leung Kar-wai. In 2000, Wong directed a music video of Tony Leung's duet with Maggie of a song from the In the Mood for Love soundtrack to be included in Tony Leung's CD by the same name and on the French DVD release of In the Mood for Love. In 2002, Wong helmed the music video 6 Days for DJ Shadow featuring Chang Chen and Danielle Graham. Other short films. His short film Hui Yang De Nian Hui is a montage of scenes from vintage Chinese films, most of which were considered lost until some nitrate prints were discovered in a California warehouse during the 1990s. Set to a song from the soundtrack of In the Mood for Love, it was shown at the 2001 Berlin International Film Festival. Wong also contributed 2 segments to 2 omnibus films, in 2004 The Hand to Eros and in 2007 I Traveled 9,000 Kilometers to Give It to You, to each his own cinema. Filmography, feature films, short films, screenwriter and producer. Wong is officially credited with about 10 screenplays while having worked on another 50 in one way or another before his directorial debut. He has yet to direct a feature based on a script other than his own, which would be highly unlikely considering his method of improvisation. Wong, through Jet Tone, is also the producer of all of his own films since 1993 with the exception of Ashes of Time, a project that began much earlier. Through Jet Tone or otherwise, Wong has also produced various films, some directed by his partner in the company, Jeffrey Lau. Here are lists of films other than his own that Wong wrote screenplays for or produced, as screenwriter: Once Upon a Rainbow, Just for Fun, Silent Romance, Chase of Fortune, Intellectual Trio, Unforgettable Fantasy, Sweet Surrender, Rosa, Goodbye My Hero, The Final Test, Final Victory, Flaming Brothers also known as Dragon and Tiger Fight, The Haunted Cop Shop, Walk on Fire, Return Engagement, Savior of the Soul. As producer, Flaming Brothers also known as Dragon and Tiger Fight, The Eagle Shooting Heroes, First Love, The Litter on the Breeze, Chinese Odyssey 2002, Sound of Colors. Awards and nominations, see also, Art Film, Cinema of Hong Kong, William Chung Sook Ping, Notes. References, Abbas, M.A. Hong Kong, Culture and the Politics of Disappearance. Minneapolis, University of Minnesota Press, 1997. ISBN 0-8166-2925-0. Bordwell, David. Planet Hong Kong, Popular Cinema and the Art of Entertainment. Cambridge, Massachusetts Harvard University Press, 2000. ISBN 0-674-00214-8. Dannon, Frederick, and Barry Long. Hong Kong Babylon, The Insider's Guide to the Hollywood of the East. New York, Miramax, 1997. ISBN 0-7868-6267-X. Disnayak, Wimmel, and Dorothy Wong. Wong Kar-wai's Ashes of Time. Hong Kong, Hong Kong University Press, 2003. ISBN 962-209-585-2. Leland, Jean-Marc, et al. Wong Kar-wai. Paris, Disfoy, 1997. ISBN 2-906571-67-9. Tambling, Jeremy. Wong Kar-wai's Happy Together. Hong Kong, Hong Kong University Press, 2003. ISBN 962-209-589-5. Further reading, in English, Botts Bernstein, Horson. Films and Dreams, Tarkovsky, Bergman, Sokurov, Kubrick, and Wong Kar-wai. Lanham, Maryland, Lexington Books, Rowman and Littlefield, 2008. ISBN 0-7391-2187-1. Brown, Andrew M.J. Directing Hong Kong, The Political Cinema of John Woo and Wong Kar-wai. Political Communications in Greater China, The Construction and Reflection of Identity. London, Routledge Curtin, 2001. ISBN 0-7007-1734-X. Brunette, Peter, and Kar-wai Wong. Wong Kar-wai. Contemporary Film Directors. Urbana-Illinois University of Illinois Press, 2005. ISBN 0-252-02992-5, ISBN 0-252-07237-5. Redmond, Sean. Studying Chungking Express. Leighton Buzzard, auteur, 2004. ISBN 1-903663-30X. Teo, Stephen. Wong Kar-wai, Auteur of Time. World Directors. London, BFI, 2004. ISBN 1-84457-028-2, ISBN 1-84457-029-0. Wong, Kar-wai, Ye-Kang Liu, and Kar-wai Wong. Ta Te Bache, a Wong Kar-wai project. Hong Kong, Block 2 Pictures, 2000. ISBN 962-86051-1-9. Wong, Kar-wai, and Tony Raines. Wong Kar-wai on Wong Kar-wai. London, Faber, 2002. ISBN 0-571-19397-8. In other languages, Alexandra Weich, Joanna. Poemi unregistered trademark Zaya Brazama WSKAZA Cube WKAMI Zagara Cube W, Oestetas and W Film Wong Kar-wai. Kreka Cube W, Rabbit, 2008. ISBN 83-60236-30-5. Alovisio, Silvio, Vanessa Durando, and Michaela Veronesi. La Senieri del Tempo, Il Cinema di Wong Kar-wai. Piombino, Traduzioni, 1997. ISBN 88-7205-096-0. Gagliata, Leonardo. Wong Kar-wai, Studio Critico, Photo, Filmografia, Dichiarazioni del Regista, Antologia della Critica. Roma, Giordino, 2004. ISBN 88-86350-77-5. Juss, Thierry. Wong Kar-wai. Les Petits Cahiers. Paris, Cahiers du Ciné Copyright Ma, 2006. ISBN 2-86642-457-3, ISBN 2-240-02519-0. Schnell, Joseph, and Ra 1/4 Digger Sussland. Zeichen Unwunder das Kino von Zhangim und Wong Kar-wai. Marburg, Sche 1/4 Ren, 2008. ISBN 3-89472-438-2. Heredero, Carlos F. La Hereda del Tiempo. El Cine de Wong Kar-wai. 47 Semana Internacional de Cine de Valladolid. Valladolid, 2002. ISBN 84-87737-45-5. External links, Wong Kar-wai at the Internet Movie Database.